let's jump into the next 5 years maybe, okay? What about this next shiny toy in this horizon? Because what we're talking about is business practice. It's very important, it's critical for businesses. It's not sexy, okay? Most people think about it as day-to-day operations, even if it's customer facing. So what's out there that we have not tasted yet in the world of automation and AI? Things that, I don't know, conversational technologies that will bring our smart automation right everywhere. What's next?
So I know 5 years is not a very long time, really. In technology, a lot of things will happen, but these will be more technical things. I think that we're still at the point where companies are understanding how to use automation and AI and RPA. So by the way, when I say automation, I mean RPA and AI together, okay? So it's everything under that umbrella. Companies are still learning how to do it. And adoption is still not, at 100% or 80% even. So really the next 2 years is going to be about adoption, bringing those two worlds together, making these tools more user-friendly, more powerful. I think when we start getting to year 5 plus, so 5+ years, so after 5 years further down the line, that's when I think there's going to be a significant amount of technical advances. So things like you were mentioning, bots that can hear us speaking. So we're in a meeting, and as we're discussing things, oh yeah, I'm sure that we can ask Tim to do this, and John to do that, and Sophie to do this. And so the bots will be able to hear this. And if it's simple tasks, they'll be able to do it for us. So when we come out of the meeting, some of those tasks are already done. So for instance, if I'm in a meeting and I agree with somebody, oh yeah, I have to send you those numbers, the results from last week's sales. That's a pretty simple task. So my bot assistant who's listening in should already be able to carry out that operation. Again, another thing that will advance is bots that will manage other bots. So for instance, we all know that processes change every day. Companies are not static. So when you build an automation for a particular process, they do need a bit of maintenance. That's pretty standard today. And that maintenance is done by humans. I think in the future, robots will be able to fix other bots. So by learning how humans fix different bugs in robots, let's say, over time, they will be able to understand those behaviors and implement those fixes themselves. So bots will be self-healing. They'll be able to fix themselves as they go along. They'll be a bit more intelligent than single decision tree bots that we have today. That's one. I think those two things are pretty technically, fantastic. I think they will come. Of course, there will be more interesting things that come into play. So, the use of AI and automation in the healthcare industry is going to completely, extrapolate over these next 5-10 years. It's going to become a real aid to a doctor or a general practitioner, of what to look for in a person. They're almost not going to be having to think too much in terms of referring people to specialists. When the person gives their symptoms and the test results come in, an AI could very easily replace a general practitioner. In the UK, we call them GPs. In the US, there's different names for them. So a general family doctor, I think, is going to start, coming to a point where they're going to need to learn IT, otherwise they're going to become obsolete. Wearables are going to go through the roof. So things like, smartwatches, emergency unit teams are in ambulances. They're going to be wearing body cams. Once they come close to the victim who's having problems, they'll be able to facial recognition, understand on their armband, okay, this person is A+ positive blood type. They're allergic to these 5 things. They've been taking these other medicines the last 5 years. So, integration of advanced automations and AI into everyday life to further augment human life, especially in emergency situations. I think that's going to take off big time.